It was a scorching summer afternoon in a small, bustling town, where 17-year-old Arman stormed into his grandfather's workshop. His face was red, his fists clenched, and his breath came in short bursts. He had just returned from the market, where he'd been humiliated in front of a crowd after an argument with another boy, Arman. "I'm never going back there again," Arman exclaimed, his voice trembling with frustration. "Arman embarrassed me. He mocked me and everyone laughed. I should have hit him to shut him up." Grandfather Riaz, a retired carpenter with a calm demeanor and kind eyes, looked up from his woodworking tools. He put down the piece of wood he had been carving and gestured for Arman to sit down. "Anger is like fire, my boy, Grandfather," Riaz said softly. "It can either warm you or burn everything around you to ashes. Which one are you going to let it be?" Arman slumped into a chair, still fuming. "But what should I have done? Let him insult me?" Grandfather Riaz nodded, thoughtfully. "Let me tell you a story. Many years ago," Riaz began, "there was a farmer who owned a young bull known for its fiery temper. Every time it got angry, it would charge at anything in its path, causing damage to the farm and injuring the other animals. One day, the farmer decided to teach the bull a lesson. He tied it near a large tree and placed a heavy iron ball nearby. Whenever the bull got angry and charged, it struck the iron ball and hurt itself. At first, the bull didn't understand. It continued to attack, its anger consuming it. But over time, the pain made it stop and think. Eventually, the bull learned that not every situation required a reaction. Instead of attacking, it started observing and thinking first. The bull grew into a calm, wise creature, respected by the other animals. The farmer often said, "The bull learned that the only fight worth engaging in is the one that protects, not destroys." Arman listened intently, his anger slowly dissipating. Grandfather Riaz leaned closer and said, "Anger, like that iron ball, can hurt us more than the person we aim it at. Arman's words were like the heavy ball, provoking you. But your reaction determines whether you get hurt or rise above it." Arman nodded but remained skeptical. "But how do I control it when I feel it bubbling inside me?" Grandfather Riaz smiled and handed Arman a chisel. "Come, let's carve this piece of wood together. Every time you feel anger building, take a deep breath and carve a stroke. Think about what you're feeling and why. Let your hands guide your mind." For the next hour, Arman worked with the chisel. As he carved, he thought about the market scene. With each stroke, his thoughts became clearer. By the time the carving was done, a small, intricate bird, Arman realized that Arman's words didn't define him. His anger had been a knee-jerk reaction to his pride being hurt. The next day, Arman returned to the market. When Arman tried to provoke him again, Arman simply smiled and walked away. The onlookers were surprised, and Arman was left speechless. Later, that evening, Arman shared the incident with his grandfather. Riaz smiled proudly. "You see, my boy, true strength lies in controlling yourself, not others. Anger can be a tool if you use it wisely, to reflect, to grow, and to protect what truly matters." Like and share this story if it inspired you to channel your emotions wisely and discover the power of patience and self-control.